Hey, thank you so very much for joining me today. I am Julie Condliffe on the Elite Legal Landlords. The Elite Legal Landlords is an awesome platform for landlords and for letting agents. It is incredible because it also covers intermediate landlords like your rent-to-rent landlords and your accidental landlords, your portfolio landlords, any and every type of landlord and agent as well. So it's absolutely incredible. It's a platform where we network. It's a platform where we get educated. It's a platform where we interact with other similar-minded landlords and letting agents. It's a platform where we get equipped on all property matters. It's a platform that gives us discounts on most landlord necessities. We also have Q&A sessions. We've got monthly meet-up. The list is endless. We could go on and on and on and on. So if you haven't already joined, please do join the Elite Legal Landlords. The details will be right at the bottom of the screen. Just click on the link and let's get going. Today is an exciting day because we are talking about one of the key elements as a landlord, as a letting agent. We're talking about landlord's obligations. So as an agent, you ought to know the landlord's obligations. As a landlord, you have to have a really good understanding of your obligations. It's really important. And I would go as far as saying you also need to understand your tenants' obligations, because in my 15 years of property, I've had loads of different stories from tenants. So it's good to understand what rights your tenants have. It's good to understand what their obligations are as well. So right, we'll hop straight into it. We've got Adam here, who I'm drawing. Adam is an incredible person. He's just attended his property training and he's off to a flying start. He's ready now to do his HMOs. He feels that he's got all the information that he's needed. His HMO training, property investment training, covered, how you furnish the property. It covered how you find a tenant. It covered the tenant demographics. It covered all the stuff that he would have needed to know in terms of finding a property and getting started. Now, what the training did not cover are the legal aspects of being a landlord, legal aspects of being a rent-to-rent landlord, legal aspects of being a landlord, portfolio landlord, or whichever form of landlord or letting agent. Most of the trainings in the marketplace do not actually cover that. So what Adam is now doing is he's got the property, he's got the tenants, and now he thinks, I've got a few moments to spare. Why don't I get educated on my obligations? But we all know that it's a bit late to get educated after you've actually started. It's imperative to know your landlord's obligations before you take on a property, before you actually find the tenants. So Adam has now realized that he needed to protect the tenant's deposit. He took a deposit from the tenants, which he ought in law to have protected within 30 days of receipt. What does he do now? Because he hasn't done that, and we're now on day 45. What Adam also didn't do is to provide the prescribed information. As a landlord, you ought to protect the deposit within 30 days, provide the prescribed information within 30 days. Unfortunately, Adam didn't do that. So now he's in a sticky situation. What does Adam do? What are the implications of non-protection of the deposit in a timely manner? Not just in a timely manner, but non-protection at all, because as it stands, he has not protected the deposit at all. So poor Adam, what do we do now? Well, unfortunately, Adam, you are in difficult position because you are in breach of statutory obligations. So what that actually means is you'll be liable to pay the tenant up to 3 times the deposit that the tenant paid. So in this particular scenario, let's find out how much the tenant had actually paid to Adam, and let's also determine how much Adam would need to pay the tenant back. So the tenant paid £2,500 as a deposit. Now Adam would have to pay up to 3 times that deposit. So that basically means Adam could be penalized as much as £10,000. That's a lot of money. So the points to take away are as follows. This applies to rent-to-rent landlords. It applies to landlords as well. So please be careful. You need to make sure that you provide the prescribed information in a timely manner. You need to provide the prescribed information within 30 days of receipt of the deposit. You also want to be clever and ensure you retain evidence of service of the prescribed information, because you don't want tenants saying they didn't receive it and yet you'd actually sent it. The other thing as well, which is even, I was going to say more important, but the bottom line is it's just as important, is to ensure that you protect the deposit within 30 days of receipt. And finally, join the Elite Legal Landlords if you haven't already done so. We'll have a detailed webinar where I hold your hand on all these very, very important points. As I always say, what you do not know could cost you. Adam had invested a lot of money in terms of his property training. He invested a lot of money in sourcing the property, paying sourcing fees and all the other ancillary fees. But what he did not realize is he's also got legal obligations that he needs to comply with. So I know that it's imperative for us to know everything that we need to know in terms of landlord's obligations. And we also know that the landlord legal landscape is continually changing. So why not get yourself educated? Why not get yourself updated on all these changes? Why not join an amazing interactive community with other like-minded landlords? Join TEL, the Elite Legal Landlords community. Thank you so very much for joining me, and I hope to see you on the full webinar on the Elite Legal Landlords website. But then again, I will also be posting other matters on this particular platform. We are going to be talking about the tenant fee ban in accordance with the Tenant Fee Act of 2019, which was enacted on the 1st of June 2019. We will also be covering a whole host of other matters. So please click the subscribe button, and all the best in your property investment journey. Remember, what you do not know could cost you. We're here to help you prosper through property. Property investment should be an investment, not a liability. All the best. Thank you so very much.